Join me this evening on BBC Oxford Sport Twitter as Oxford United take on Bury, and it's a game that the U's have to get 3 points if they're to keep their promotion playoff hopes alive. The side tonight, Eastwood in goal. Left back will be Johnson, right back Edwards. Centre halves will be Nelson and Dunkley. Engine room will be Ruffles and Lundstrom, with your flanks being Rothwell and Hall. Then it's Kane Hemmings, which is quite a surprise since we've got no strikers if he was to get injured for next Sunday's game. At the top of the park, just off of him, is Conor McElhenney. That is your 11 for today. That is the way. No Maguire on the bench. Oxford United against Bury. Follow me on Twitter. Ten minutes gone down here, the fans clapping in the background because Marvin Johnson's just been allowed to stroll forward from the halfway line into the penalty area and fire across from the right hand side of the keeper to the left hand corner as easy as you like. In fairness, Bury came out, they looked quite lively in the first few moments. Conor McElhenney then had a shot after 3 minutes after some dazzling work between Johnson and of course Rothwell on this near side. Oxford have looked though so they could just at will go forward and score goals, and Johnson's just proved that. 10 minutes gone, Oxford United 1, Bury 0. "30 minutes gone down here at the Sam Stadium, and if I'm honest with you, Oxford seem to be playing with their opponents. So far superior, but they're only in second or third here. They've sliced through Bury quite a few times, don't really put in too many shots on target. Johnson was allowed to stroll through in the 11th minute, just slide one into the back of the net. But since then, it's just been a case of keep yourself out of troubles, boys. Bury, they will be better, no doubt, in the second half, but at the moment, they are distinctly second best. It's 1-0 to Oxford here after 30 minutes. 35 on the clock down here. Oxford United take a 2-goal lead. Now, if you're into ice hockey, you often get an assist in ice hockey, and you can sometimes get it mentioned in football. While the assist goes to Joe Murphy, the Bury keeper, who came out to intercept a pass on the edge of the box, was there in plenty of time, but the first touch was a little bit heavy, that of a baby elephant, and it went straight back to Rothwell, who danced to his right before slotting in from 22 yards into an empty net. 2-0 Oxford United lead. And you do wonder if Bury have actually got anything in the locker to come back. But famous last words, commentators cursed and all the rest of it. Long way to go. 2-0, 35 gone. Well, 39 minutes on the clock and Conor McElhenney makes it 3-0. Suspicions that Robbie Hall might have carried it over the dead ball line. But you're told when you're a child, you play to the whistle. The whistle or the flag didn't go up. The ball was dragged back, missed at the front post by an Oxford player, but Conor McElhenney was certainly not going to miss his second chance. It's 3-0, and quite frankly, if Oxford have broken sweat, I'd be surprised. That has been how easy and in the ascendancy they've been, and they're just toying with Bury at the moment. 3-0 here, 40 on the clock. It's been a nightmare. The fans are putting me off and I'm trying to tell you what's happened. We've had the end of the first half. Oxford lead by 3-0. Goals on 10 minutes. Johnson strolled through, fired it low into the corner. Then on 35, it was a fine strike from Rothwell as he picked up a loose and errant touch from the keeper Murphy on the edge of his box. 22 yards out, clipped it into an empty net. 39 minutes, Conor McElhenney turned the ball in inside the 6-yard box. But on 43 came the thing that everybody's booing. A two-footed lunge from Ryan Lowe through the back of Marvin Johnson, who was enjoying a purple patch in the first half. Looked like it should have been a red card and looked like it could have been injury to Johnson. But everybody collectively held their breath. He got up and we got on with it. Oxford lead by 3-0 at the break. Well, we're into the second half here. 48 on the clock. Conor McElhenney takes his time before picking his spot. Mr. Murphy in goal, I think might be better with his feet. That's a lot to say. He did take a wicked bounce in front of him as he drove it in as Oxford United take a 4-goal lead, and a couple of changes from Bury at half-time, but at will. It really is at will at the moment for Oxford United. They are a class act here. Will, though, Michael Upton will be looking to protect some of his star players before Sunday. We'll wait and see. At the moment, Oxford United lead by 4-0. That's 2 for McElhenney. Well, hush my mouth, 59 minutes gone, corner comes into the Oxford box. James Vaughan heads it in pretty much free on his own in the middle of the 6-yard box. That'll be something that Michael Appleton will be looking at going towards the weekend. 4-1 now. James Vaughan has caught the eye with a few of his antics. Seems to be a player that's got a little bit of petulance in him, but that goal may well settle him down and not get him the red card that everybody anticipates he might get later on in it. But at the moment here, just coming up to 59 minutes on the clock, it's Oxford United 4, Bury 1. Well, it's the season lowest crowd in here, 6,552. We are into substitution time. Hemmings is off, Rothwell's off, on goes Sercombe and Martinez. And now the fans have a corner. Hall swings it in. It's a deep one, looking for the head of Dunkley, who wins it. Ruffles turns it back in. Vaughan heads it away. Edge of the box, McElhenney gets it under control. He won't need a second attempt. Another corner coming. Four minutes to go down here at the Katam Stadium. Oxford United still lead by 4-1. Third substitute is on. Joe Scars has come on for Marvin Johnson, who's had an absolute field day tonight. The game's just sort of petering out. McElhenney with 2, Rothwell and of course Johnson that started the rout. 6,552 in here. Next stop Wembley. But Oxford had to win tonight, and win they have done. And there has been a few naughty little challenges, but at the moment, in the 87th minute, it's Oxford leading by 4-1. Into time added on now at the end of the match here. Oxford United lead by 4-1. 2 for McElhenney, 1 for Rothwell, and of course 1 for Johnson. Johnson's now gone off. He was the subject of a vicious tackle from Ryan Lowe in the first half. That was a scare for the fans. Also a scare midway through the second half. Eastwood went down and stayed down for an awful long time as he made a routine dive away to his left-hand side. We wait to see if there's any damage. But in front of this crowd today, it's been a pretty impressive Oxford United side. They've won by 4-1, or they're winning by 4-1. Could have had more, in fairness. A big chance just missed there by Rob Hall. 4-1, time added on. If there's any late drama, catch it on BBC Oxford. McElhenney makes it 5-1 against Bury.